Today is a special day. Today is the culmination of years of work, and I mean that. We were literally on the floor 7 or 8 years ago with a bill similar to this one that did not get across the finish line. We were here 2 years after that, and 2 years after that, and now we're here today. So I want to thank, before she leaves the floor, Senator Murkowski for her leadership. And Senator Cantwell is not here, but I want to thank her for the work that she's done on this bill because it was big. And I want to thank Senator Manchin for continuing the legacy of these two, and hopefully it can continue over the next year because, quite frankly, bills like this don't get done every day. And they don't get done by accident. They get done by leadership and folks working hard, and I want to thank both of you. And if Senator Cantwell is listening, thank you too very much for the work that's been done. Look, I am very proud to stand here on behalf of countless Montana businesses, small businesses, and community members who had a crazy idea a few years ago about not wanting an out-of-state mining company, actually not even wanting an out-of-country mining company, a foreign mining company, to expand a mine on the doorstep of Yellowstone National Park. And I am standing here today to tell them that I heard them, I listened to them, and I was not going to stop until this bill was signed into law. I want to take you back about 4 years. A group of small business owners who cared about the future of their community got together after they caught wind of 2 mining companies who were planning to expand their operations on nearby public land, which threatened the area's rapidly growing outdoor economy, one of the fastest growing economies in the state of Montana. This mine expansion was set to take place in a place that we call Paradise Valley. And that place is called Paradise Valley for an obvious reason. It truly is a piece of paradise. It is the headwaters of the Yellowstone River, which is one of the longest undammed rivers in the world. And Paradise Valley is flanked on both sides by legendary mountain ranges, the Gallatin and the Absarokas. And it is the gateway to our nation's first national park, Yellowstone. These business owners who ran fly shops and breweries and guide and outfitter businesses and dozens of other local hangouts rely on the literally hundreds of thousands of visitors that flock to this region to experience something that they can experience nowhere else on earth. And they were rightly concerned that a multiple large-scale mining operation would put their local economy at risk and, in fact, put them out of business. So I went in October of 2015 and met with these folks. I listened to their concerns that these mines would devastate their businesses and the breathtaking landscape in which they've chosen to live. And in that moment, it was clear to me that the community needed permanent protection. So I announced my intent to introduce the bill, one of the bills that's in this land package that we're taking up here today, to do exactly that, provide permanent protection to the Paradise Valley. After months of working together, this bill became known as the Yellowstone Gateway Protection Act. This bill is a result of collaboration. It's a result of hard work. And it does exactly what's in the title. It will protect the gateway to Yellowstone by permanently eliminating the ability for proposed mines to expand onto public land near the doorstep of our nation's first national park, Yellowstone. Responsible natural resource development plays an important role in Montana's economy, but there are simply some places where you should not drill or dig, and one of those is at the doorstep of Yellowstone National Park. By permanently protecting the gateway, we can protect thousands of jobs and billions of dollars that flow into Montana's economy every year. Senator Manchin talked about the impact of the outdoor economy on West Virginia. We're very much a part of that economy, that outdoor economy. Fly fishermen spend more than $70 million annually at the local businesses while trying to earn the respect of Yellowstone River's brown and rainbow and cutthroat trout. In total, the communities in Park County see nearly $200 million pumped into their local economy every year, a trend that continues to rise and rise rapidly. So quite frankly, If you haven't been there, I'll just explain it this way to you. God doesn't make places like this everywhere. It is a special place. It is a place so special that the people that live there understand that it could go away with one bad decision. So we need to protect it and protect those small businesses and protect that way of life. And that is why this week, as we pass this lands package, the Yellowstone Gateway Protection Bill is a part of, that these business owners now can sleep at night. To know that the businesses that they've built over the past many decades will continue, and they'll be able to continue to look for the opportunity that God has created in the Paradise Valley. But this Yellowstone Gateway Protection Act isn't the only provision that Montanans are fighting for. The Land and Water Conservation Tool is the best conservation tool this country has. It does a lot of really good things, including access to public lands, including make sure we have more of our hunting and fishing and hiking spots available to folks that don't have to be millionaires. And since this Land and Water Conservation Fund was founded some 5 decades ago, LWCF has invested hundreds of millions of dollars to increase outdoor activities on our public lands. We've used it to preserve tens of thousands of acres of world-class elk habitat. In central Montana, we've invested LWCF dollars to increase fishing access sites along the rivers that Norman McLean made so famous, and a river runs through it, the Blackfoot and the Missouri. And LWCF is a driver of Montana's ever-growing and increasing $7 billion a year outdoor economy. And best of all, it's paid for by offshore drilling fees, so it doesn't cost the taxpayer a dime. But despite all of this success, the majority has allowed LWCF to expire twice in the last 4 years. And I will tell you that this uncertainty has taken a toll on Montana's hunters and hikers and anglers and businesses who rely on our nation's best conservation tool. This lands package will again guarantee that LWCF will never expire again. It permanently reauthorizes this very successful initiative, and it guarantees that Montanans and all Americans have the long-term ability to expand and protect public access for future generations. Ecosystems that, by the way, may not be around in another 10 or 20 years. Passing this legislation is a big win for our public lands and for our outdoor economy, but our work is not done yet. We have more work to do. Permanently reauthorizing LWCF is very, very important. But where the rubber really meets the road is LWCF funding. LWCF was authorized to receive $900 million some 50 years ago. In the President's budget last year, he proposed $8 million for LWCF. Remember what I just said. Over 50 years ago, it was meant to have $900 million in it. Last year, the President's budget proposed $8 million. Nearly a $500 million cut from the previous year. And after Congress rejected that proposal, and it appropriated a little over $400 million for LWCF, nearly every member, right after we put those dollars in, nearly every member, except one, of the majority voted to rescind a chunk of those dollars. So the fact of the matter is, without mandatory funding, our public lands will remain a victim to this political seesaw. And say for the sake of our public lands, for the sake of our kids, for the sake of clean air and clean water, I think that this bipartisan land package serves as a launching point towards mandatory funding for LWCF. I know that there's already a bipartisan bill out there that does exactly that. So I would just say, we've got part of the job done. We ought not be taking victory laps for doing part of the job. We have more work to do, and that is to fully fund the Land and Water Conservation Fund, and hopefully we will get a bipartisan effort to do exactly that, because these are important investments. They're investments that will maintain a quality of life, not only today, but tomorrow for future generations, and for them the opportunity to reap the kind of economic rewards that we do because of the foresight and vision of generations that came before us. Madam President, I yield the floor.